Hi, this is Phil from philsolano.com, and yes, it was a really horrible, cold, windy day the day I went to the Internet World Show held at Earl's Court in London. But the show itself was really good. Featured in there were 6 shows in one, containing cloud and hosting, digital marketing, social media, e-commerce, mobile, and content management. There's some great information, great training in here, so let's go inside and take a look around the show. So here we are inside the Internet World Show. There's the entrance there on the left-hand side. In fact, we're actually only using half the hall, so the hall itself is actually quite small. As you can see there on this slide, the wall there on the right-hand side. But what was in there was actually jam-packed with all sorts of stands, covering all sorts of different products and services and training as well. So within this show, we had content management platforms for commercial websites. There were companies offering SEO services. Probably the main event of this show, and the thing that actually took the most people's attention, was this particular company, SagePay. They are essentially a payment service provider. And as you can see with this, it was quite an interesting stand because rather than just having a usual box with a sort of little desk and maybe a few computers and bits and pieces, he had actually turned the whole floor into essentially a beach. As you can see, people there sitting in deck chairs in the middle of a hall in London. Here they were sitting in deck chairs. And look at those two people on the right-hand side at the bottom. They're actually conducting their business on a paddle boat. You know, those little water paddle boat that you often see children going around on in the ponds and so on, the parks. And there they are conducting business on this paddle boat. Totally mad, but great at the same time. So here you can see another view of it, and you can see I've got all this grass here. I've even made the SagePay out of sort of like a grass-type bush or hedge. And you see they've even got garden seats there for people sitting on, and even swings. You've even got people swinging, you know, actually discussing business. So totally sort of obscure way of doing things, but it certainly worked. As you can see, the number of visitors that are attending this. Besides SagePay, of course, there were all sorts of different types of services there as well. People offering services on, for example, e-commerce. There was mobile there as well, so anybody into mobile advertising and platforms and so on. That was also here at the show. One of the main reasons why I went to the show was for the training, though. There were in fact 8 theatres available, so you could actually, so whatever it was you wanted to learn about marketing, you could actually go and attend these various theatres. So to give an example of the theatres that were there, we on the digital marketing world, we actually had search advertising and affiliate theatre, as you can see there on the sign. We also had the email and analytics theatre. We also had an e-commerce stand, so again they had their own dedicated theatre. For those of you that are interested in social media, then again there was a dedicated theatre to that, discussing all the sort of new Facebook changes and so on. Anything you needed to learn about social media, that was there. And we're talking here about cutting edge stuff as well, not just stuff that's already out there that's available online, as we currently know. If you're into mobile, so there was also a mobile world theatre, and there was also content management theatre. If you're into the new sort of cloud computing, in other words, instead of storing all your files on a big server in your office or on your own computer, you can now store it all on these networks and these network farms out there, and it's all basically stored in this so-called cloud. And so again, if you wanted to learn about that kind of technology, also hosting as well. We all have to have our websites hosted on some kind of hosting platform. So again, there was all that information there. In fact, there was even a stand on for cPanel. cPanel, which is one of the web hosting platforms that people use. It makes it nice and easier for people to access different parts of the actual hosting server. So all that was there and available, and the training was there for it. I was only there for the day, and so my particular interest was in the advertising and affiliate search theatre. So that's essentially where I went and attended 2 courses or 2 events there. So the event I was mostly interested in was the search engine optimization, the keys to success, or what's new for 2012. You've probably heard about all the different updates with the search engine, in particular Google. We've talked about the Panda update, which was all the buzz of 2011, and all its various updates which have been carried through to the earlier part of 2012, and then very recently we've had the Penguin update. And so this course discussed the various types of updates and how we can actually deal with them. And I'm actually going to do a post specifically on SEO, so I'm not going to talk about that much here, but I will be talking about this on a separate post. So if you want to go around and check the rest of the site, you'll see on philsolano.com you'll soon see a post about the new changes on SEO, and I'll be discussing that there. The other event I wanted to attend was the Building Engagement event, and basically what this covered was the many ways in which we can engage with our visitors and how we can measure their website experience and meet their requirements. Tailoring the site experience to provide a custom solution for their search. In other words, if you were going to go to a website, you're searching for a particular topic or particular niche, the content would tailor itself specifically for your search. In other words, you're not just going to have to scroll through all sorts of different pages and find bits and pieces which might relate to your content, but you can actually find something that is specific to what it is that you're looking for. So in conclusion, there was plenty to learn at the Internet World event, and a lot of it was cutting edge, right state-of-the-art information. And if you had money to invest in your business where you wish to outsource anything from SEO to e-commerce to build an entire business platform, there were plenty of companies willing to help you. It's more of a question of which would fit in your own strategies and goals. Whatever your reason, Internet World was certainly worth a visit, and I certainly intend to visit it again next year. This is Phil from Phil Solano, and I'll speak to you soon.